Hey Opties! Today we're looking at Khan Academy and we're going to write equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Let's get started. This first problem, it says write the equation of a line that is parallel, so that's key info, I like how it put it in italics, to x equals 8 and that passes through the point -3, -2. One thing that's kind of peculiar about this is that it has x equals 8 is the line you're going to go parallel to. X equals 8 looks like this. If this is the y-axis, x equals 8, this line is a vertical line at x equals 8. That's all it is. There is no slope whatsoever. Now, this horizontal line will be a slope of 0, but if you have a vertical line, there is absolutely no slope. It's undefined. If you think about it, this would not even be a function. It wouldn't pass the vertical line test because for every input of 8, you get an infinite amount of outputs. But you can still be parallel to this. You can still graph this. So let's think. If you're parallel to a vertical line, you have to be vertical yourself. So we simply need to look at the point we're given, choose the x value, and that's our equation, x equals that x value. Because any vertical line, when it's graphed, is an x equals a number. That's it. That's the whole entire equation. So we have the point -3, -2. We don't care about the -2 because that's a y. We only care about the x. So going parallel to that, it's just going to be x is -3. Now we for sure know that the point -3, -2 is on that line because again, if this is, say this is the y-axis, the x is -3 is somewhere over here, well, any y value, any number can go on that line. So -2 is a number, right? So it works. So let's check. That was kind of funky. Let's see if we get one that actually has a slope on this one. Okay, we do. So this one says write the equation of a line that is perpendicular to y equals 3x minus 2 and that passes through the point -9, 5. The first thing we want to do is rewrite our given slope, so the slope of the given line, as a fraction because we're going to need to find the opposite reciprocal of that slope to make it perpendicular to this line. Now that we've written our given slope as a fraction, let's find the opposite reciprocal of that so we have our new perpendicular slope. Okay, so our 3/1 becomes opposite, so it's a -3 divided by 1. When you make it a reciprocal, it becomes -1/3. Now let's use our slope and our point to substitute into the point slope formula. We've used our new slope that's perpendicular to the original and our given point and substituted that into the point slope formula. Remember, the sign of your x and y values will change when they go into the point slope formula because the point slope formula is subtracting your y1 and your x1. So the 5 became negative and the -9 became positive. It does not tell us that we have to write this in slope-intercept form. So we can actually go ahead and be finished with this. So y minus 5 equals, and let's use this fraction bar to go ahead and write our 1/3. I go a down arrow on my keypad to do that. And I do a right arrow on my keypad to get out of that denominator. And now I can do my parentheses. X plus 9. And it ends the parentheses for us. You certainly can continue to work on this and write it in slope-intercept form, but it doesn't specify that, so we can be done. Let's check. Don't forget your negative on your slope. Let's check. So I just got that wrong because I did not put my negative on my slope. I had it written right, but I got it wrong when I typed it in. So make sure that you're typing in exactly what you did on your work. Let's do one more, especially since this one has a slope that is a decimal. So you're going to have to think about if you're going perpendicular to make that a fraction. Now, this equation needs to be written with a parallel slope, so we really don't even have to make it a fraction. Our new slope is simply going to be 0.6 or 6/10. That's how you read that, which is good to read it that way because it tells us if we did need to make it a fraction to make a perpendicular slope, we would write that as 6 divided by 10, 6/10. And if you want to take out a 2 in each of those, take out a 2 in the numerator and denominator, that could also be written as 3/5. So either way, an opposite reciprocal will be -5/3. Now let's use our point slope formula and we'll apply this point and the same slope because it's parallel to the formula, and then we'll be done because we don't have to write it in slope intercept form. We've substituted our point and slope into point slope form. I went ahead and showed that I was subtracting the negative to show you why it becomes positive. Just to reiterate that, they will change sign, but it's because you're subtracting that in the formula. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. So let's type that in. And I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna show you that even if it's not in point slope or slope intercept, it still works. So what I'm gonna do is type it in as if I've subtracted this 5. So I'm gonna write y equals 6/10, so 0.6, and that's positive, times the quantity of x plus 3. And I'm going to go outside these parentheses, and remember, I've subtracted that 5, so it needs to be a -5 on the outside, just to show you that Khan Academy will take any form since it doesn't specify the form. Let's check, and we're good. All right, that's it for this video. Now remember, you can keep things in point slope form, you can rewrite them in slope intercept, or you can just have them, as long as you've got the point and slope in there correctly, you don't have to have them in either form. See y'all next time.